We are going to use our name to create some abstract art. So to begin, I want you to write your name as big as you can on the paper. If you have a longer name, you'll be able to split it up because you're going to see we're going to deconstruct it, we're going to cut it up. So you can do any kind of letter style you want, but you want it to be pretty bold. Maybe I'll just sketch it in and then go and do put in the letters, and then go ahead and fill in the letters with one color. You can do this with marker. I'm going to actually use pencil and colored pencil just because my markers are kind of dried out. So I'm going to take a dark pencil and just go in, and you can also neaten it up or make last minute additions. So once you have your name all blocked in, turn it over. You can actually fold it first, long ways in half, and then using a ruler, I don't have a ruler, so I'm just using an envelope, can lightly draw some lines, and let's go ahead and do 2 by 3, so 3 across. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it. It looks like this envelope is about 1/3, so that works out. All right, and then you're going to cut your squares. We've deconstructed or taken apart our name, and in the next step you need another piece of paper and some glue. A glue stick would probably work better. Double stick tape would be good too. And you are going to put your name back together, but not necessarily in the way the letters actually go together. So we are starting to make different shapes and lines. So probably don't glue anything down till you see what you like. So I glued down my squares, and here's my deconstructed name, and you see it just becomes abstract lines and shapes. And what you can do is, if you see lines that might be kind of interesting, if you connected them together, you can. Now you are going to fill all of the shapes around and inside your letters with colors, patterns. If you want a Zentangle, you could do that. But try and fill up the entire paper. If you used regular glue, you might need to let this dry for a little bit. I'm about halfway done filling in the negative space. That's the space where the letters are not. There's nothing there, so it's empty or negative. And I'm going to show you, if you've chosen to use colored pencils, I'm going to show you a few really easy blending techniques to get kind of different effects. So the first one is you create difference just by applying different pressure. So you can see I did that here. So I slowly, or rather I lightly put in my first layer, and then you can just go over different parts again and then start to vary the pressure as you go out, and you'll get kind of that gradiated blending. So that's just by applying different pressures. Another thing to do, kind of the same technique, but would be to blend different colors. So I go pretty lightly. I can go in diagonals. Sometimes I like to go in kind of ovals, circles. Let's see, we'll pick this bronzy color, and you can start going over. Sometimes I'll go around the edge like I did here. Always turn your paper when you can, so your hand is comfortable and your arm is comfortable. That usually means that your elbows rested on your workspace. So if you need to change your position, you're going to enjoy drawing a lot more if you're comfortable. Okay, I'll go back a little. That starts to create a little more interesting of an effect than just putting flat colored pencils. Here I started putting in two slightly different colors of pink. I did make a line. I don't actually like that. I'm going to go back and try and blend that in, doing the same technique. Don't be afraid to layer up your colored pencils. Maybe I'll do that same bronzy color. Okay, so experiment with that. See if you find something new you can do with your medium. That took a bit of time. I think it was well worth it though. I have filled in my entire paper, and I've deconstructed my name into, I think, a pretty cool piece of abstract design and art. Which way do you like it best? I'm going to do it that way.